again! I learned how to ride a snowmobile! Can you believe that? Ah! Don't worry, I'm okay. Welcome to Antarctica.
I'm glad to welcome you to these freezing places, players. We are at a small Antarctic station, and there's a new challenge waiting for you.
Awesome! Finally some extreme conditions. Tropical and exotic settings were getting tiring.
Speak for yourself. It's freezing here. And what kind of artifacts could even be found in this permafrost?
This time, it's not about searching for lost treasures of ancient civilizations, but for our team members.
Did something happen to them?
I'm not entirely sure. They said they found either some interesting location or some artifacts. We tried to follow their trail, but they stopped communicating. And when we got here, they were gone.
So our task is to find the missing staff?
Exactly. I hope you can not only find them, but also figure out what really happened. Good luck!
I think I'm starting to freeze. I hope we find the missing people soon. I wonder what they could have found out here in the snowy wasteland.
The more we move, the faster we'll warm up. Let's check out the station. Maybe someone is inside. This snowmobile looks promising, but it probably won't run with the wiring ripped out.
Look, another snowmobile. Maybe this one's actually working?
Possibly. Check it out. There's a generator too. If we fire it up, we might get the lights on and warm up a bit.
How unexpected. Most likely the generator is low on fuel. What's wrong this time? Can you open that protective cover on the right?
Nothing serious, just one spark plug burned out. Once we replace it, everything should work. Finally, it worked! I guess tinkering with a motorcycle as a kid paid off, but for some reason my dad wasn't thrilled about it. Stuff was left in a hurry, but there's no sign of a disaster. I suspect the whole team went to that cave mentioned in the note.
Maybe some cursed artifact messed with their minds and they left against their will?
You and your fantasy ideas. Either way, we need to get there. There's a computer that should have the route map.
Hey, here's one of those warm suits. This one's mine.
Looks like it's a women's suit, so I wasn't counting on wearing it anyway. I'll put together a different set.
There are so many files. Which one do we need?
Not sure. Let's try connecting our GPS first. Then we'll figure it out.
How convenient! The map file transferred itself. Someone must have expected us to come.
Well, at least one snowmobile works. It's best to ride this thing in warm clothes. Otherwise, the wind chill could freeze us solid.
Hat, gloves, mask. Now the snow and cold should be bearable.
So, are you at least a little warmer now?
Warmer, yeah. But it's definitely not my size. I just want to sort this out sooner rather than later.
I hope driving this thing isn't harder than pushing a shopping cart. Hang on tight.
The map shows that we've arrived. I've got a bad feeling about this place.
I'm no cave expert, but I expected to see anything except a bunker entrance.
Look, there's someone on that ledge. Hey, can you hear me?
He's unconscious. Let's try to get him out of there.
Dang it, the stepladder doesn't reach the bottom of the ravine.
That was a pretty extreme idea anyway. At least we can get across to the other side. All right, one of us has to go down to load him, and the other has to operate the crane.
I'll go down. He might be too heavy to lift otherwise.
Deal. Hook the stretcher first, then I'll pull you up. Ready? I'm lowering the winch.
Yeah, lower it. A bit more. Stop, that's good. He's breathing. Let me get him secured. All set. Pull him up. Just don't forget to pick me up after.
Phew, we did it. Hey, he's starting to come too.
I'm so glad you got me out of there. I can't believe I survived in that freezer. Oh, my head. I can't remember anything. You're the guys from our TV show, right? By the way, I'm Nick.
Yeah, we're the same guys from our TV show. We usually search for artifacts, but I'm glad we found you. How do you feel? Can you walk?
Probably not. I think I twisted my ankle badly. I can't put any weight on it. My other leg is too numb from the cold. Do you have some kind of painkiller?
We didn't really think that serious help might be needed. And there wasn't any first aid kit in plain sight at the station.
I see. Someone locked the door. Can you get back to the station again? This key opens the lab. There should be painkillers there.
No problem. But we have to leave you here. We'll build a fire so you can warm up a bit.
Thanks. My leg's feeling a bit better, but I still can't walk far. Finally, some warmth. I'm starting to feel my hands and feet again. Thanks for patching me up. My head still hurts, though. I really took a bad fall.
Hold on. From the top, what actually happened? How did you end up at the bottom of that ravine?
I remember we were in some bunker. Then we ran from something, but I can't recall what it was.
A bunker? Is that some location for our show episode?
Yeah. Or, actually, no. Our team was supposed to set up the location before you arrived. Traps, artifacts, the usual stuff. But then we accidentally hit part of the cliff with a crane. It collapsed, revealing an entrance to some bunker.
So you were running away from a rock slide? Where did the rest of the team go?
Listen up. We got curious and decided to check out the bunker. Suddenly, everyone started panicking and ran off yelling, "Monster!" I ran too, even though I didn't actually see anything. That definitely wasn't in the plan. At least not that I knew of. Maybe it's some kind of prank?
If that's a prank, it's a really bad one. Stay here and regain your strength. We'll try to figure out what's actually going on.
Do you really think this is all just some prank?
I'm not sure. We've been in plenty of strange situations, but this is way too much. At least they left us a radio. I'll try to contact the host. Hey, Maxim, can you hear us? Maxim, do you copy?
Looks Looks like we're all alone out here. Let's try to get into the bunker. Hopefully that monster doesn't jump out at us from nowhere. I figured Nick was exaggerating about how old this bunker is. I'm still hoping the monster story was just his panic talking.
I'd be scared too if I saw something like that. Look at that skeleton and all these relics. This has to be a World War II era bunker. This doesn't look like a monster, and it's definitely not someone from our team. Judging by the clothing, it was some kind of scientist.
And this scientist probably really wanted to protect whatever is in his case.
This looks like some kind of lab. They definitely did creepy experiments here.
Don't scare me. I already feel like someone is standing behind that curtain. It was just my imagination. This place is really starting to get to me.
Do you hear those weird sounds behind the door too? Or is it just my imagination?
I hear it. What if that thing finally caught our scent? I really don't want to open that door.
Honestly, me neither. But what choice do we have? We need to find the rest of the team and figure out what's going on.
Judging by these screens, this must be the monitoring station for the monster's chamber. It's probably behind those doors.
So we can use the panel to check if the monster's in there first, though the panel isn't active for some reason.
Where did you come from? Have you seen him? Was he following you? Sorry for all the questions. It's just, things were crazy here.
Hey, it's all right. There is no monster here. We came looking for the missing team and found you. Are you hurt?
I'm okay. At least I'm not hurt. But I'm so cold. Really cold. Did you only find me? Where's the rest of the team?
That's what we are trying to figure out. We hoped you could help. We can split up to search for the others. It will be faster.
I'm not going anywhere. What if that monster jumps at me from somewhere? Sorry, but I'm staying put. At least it can't reach me here.
Poor thing. She's really scared. We can't just leave her out here freezing.
We can't force her to come with us either. Let's at least bring her something hot to warm up. Imagine that. None of these people are around anymore. But we've seen some of these faces somewhere.
Ugh, what's with the power in this place? We need to see what's behind that door, but the screen just went out.
Take it easy. It's a miracle anything in here still works. I think we saw something similar to this screen somewhere. Let's look around again.
These are buttons to open or close doors. We opened one of them. And still no one. We've searched half the bunker and only found 2 people from the team. What if they don't even need our help anymore?
Relax. Half the bunker isn't the whole bunker. Looks like we're in the mess hall. Let's at least take care of that girl and figure out how to brew her some tea. Weird noises. Scratching. Like someone crawling in the vents. But that's the only open route to the other part of the bunker.
You're kidding, right? Look how dark it is in there. There's no way I'm going in.
Fine, it's a dumb idea. But only because we don't have a flashlight. Once we get some light, you'll have no more excuses.
Thank you, I feel warmer now. And a bit calmer. I hate thinking I might be the only one who got away. Oh, and I forgot to say, I'm Annette.
Don't worry, Annette. You're not alone here. We found Nick, too, and we'll find the rest of the team. How did you get away from that creature?
Well, I found a flashlight while I was running. I think it saved me.
How so? Is the monster afraid of light?
Not just light. Ultraviolet light. When I pointed the flashlight at the creature, it ran away. I got scared and ran off too, breaking the bulb. I heard it chasing me until I ran in here. Turns out there's an ultraviolet lamp in here. See?
So, the creature is afraid of ultraviolet light. Interesting. Annette, can you hand over your flashlight?
Sure, but the bulb is broken. Without that, the flashlight is useless.
That's all right. We will look for a replacement bulb. Stay here while we find the others.
If Annette is right about the UV light, we can use the flashlight for protection. We just need to fix it first.
Great. Protection against the monster is ready. Hopefully it will help. What's next?
Come on, follow me. We'll stick together, and we'll be fine.
Did you hear that? That scratching sound again, somewhere to the right? Feels like...
Look, there are people over there. And what is that nasty thing crawling around them?
That's the monster! Get the flashlight on it, quick!
Phew, we scared it off. Nick and Annette were right about the monster. Now, we have to get to those people.
That's our film crew! Let's hurry and check on them. I hope they're still alive.
Hold up, that goop is bothering me. There is usually a pump in tunnels to drain groundwater. We should try pumping it out.
Here's the pump, like you said. But we can't do anything without a hose.
I recall a fire hydrant at the polar station. We can head back and see if it will work with the pump.
I never thought I'd miss this place.
Yeah, it's so quiet and calm, like nothing happened. I'll try contacting the host again. Maxim, are you there? We have a problem. Do you copy?
Well, it was worth a shot. Let's just grab what we need and keep going with our rescue mission. Ugh, this old pump didn't last long. At least the water is low enough now for us to cross.
I can see they are breathing faintly. They are definitely alive. Hand me a knife. We have to free them from this slime.
Wait! Do you smell that? It's making me dizzy. This is more like toxin than just slime. It's probably what's keeping them unconscious.
You're suggesting leaving them like that? What if that creature comes back for them as a meal?
It won't come back. It knows it's not alone here now. We have some time to figure out what to do about the toxin and the victims.
Whoa, it's a rocket launch hall! How many experiments were they running in this bunker?
It's enough that we got to see one of those experiments firsthand.
Look, they really monitored the monster from here. Good thing it's not there right now. We can go inside safely.
That's not good. If it's not in there, it must be out here closer to us. Now I'm really on edge.
I don't envy Dr. Klein. So many broken bones. This creature is really dangerous. We need to steer clear of it.
Dr. Klein never finished working on his experiment. Maybe we can do what he couldn't?
Why not? If we lock the monster in its chamber, moving around the bunker will be hassle-free. But for that, we need to find all the schematics.
Then it's decided. First, we look for the schematics. Then, we'll trap the monster and figure out what to do with the people and slime. Maybe there's a way to neutralize the toxin.
There's no way the monster could have broken out of this chamber by itself. It must have escaped during some experiment.
Right, and it disappeared through that hole in the ceiling. If it connects to the vents, that explains how it got loose. Nitrous oxide! Interesting, they also call it laughing gas. In high doses, it causes drowsiness and can even knock you out.
These valves look familiar. Now we have to run through the rooms and adjust the valves to the correct positions.
That's it for this circuit. Now the pressure in the boiler room needs to be balanced.
We set the temperature and balance the pressure. If Dr. Klein's diagrams are correct, the monster should go back to its chamber. Let's check the monitor.
So, has our target shown up?
Not yet. I don't see him coming.
What if it comes behind us through the door, not the vent?
Then, hold that flashlight tight and be ready.
Look! Look, there it is! Come on, Spidey, get in! Quick, close the door!
Got you! You were not so quick this time, huh?
Release the gas!
All right, the gas worked. Looks like it fell asleep. Hey, look. Is that a key around its neck?
Looks like it. Let's try this. You open the chamber for a second. I'll grab the key and then we shut it quick.
That's risky, but okay. Don't forget to hold your breath. You ready?
Yes. Quick, close it!
Heute gelang mir eine detaillierte Analyse der Substanz, die unser Testsubjekt benutzt, um seine Opfer zu umhüllen.
What a surprise. Dr. Klein is speaking German. You said you studied it once, right? Can you try translating?
That was ages ago. I don't remember a word. I think the polar station had an audio translation program on the computer. We could try that.
Then we need to record the doctor's words to transfer the file to the computer.
Wait, don't play it yet. I'll rewind to the beginning.
Ready? I'm starting to record.
Dieses schleimige Sekret hat einen anabiotischen Effekt. Es breitet sich schnell über die Haut im Körper aus und versetzt das Opfer in eine Art Winterschlaf.
The playback quality isn't great. I hope the program can translate the recording.
So is that a translating program there?
Yep, I found it. I'm loading the file now. Looks like it's translating something. Listen.
Dr. Klein, entry number 33. Today, during a new test, I managed to do a detailed analysis of the substance our test subject uses to cover its victims. This slime-like secretion has an antibiotic effect. It quickly spreads through the body via the skin, putting the victim into a sort of hibernation.
Damn, you were right. If I had touched those people, I would have become spider's food.
Even if you could remove all traces of the slime from a victim, their consciousness wouldn't come back anytime soon. The long-term effects of the toxin are unknown.
So what do we do? We can't just leave our team for that monster to eat.
But today I managed to synthesize an antidote. Just put a couple of drops on the victim's skin, and it'll absorb on its own, destroying the toxin in the body. That's it for today. More details about the research are in the written report.
An antidote for something this nasty must have a special recipe. Remember that note in the infirmary? I feel that's exactly what we need.
Then let's not waste time. Let's go! I don't want to find out what this toxin can do long term.
Hey there! Were you the ones rummaging around the kitchen? I kept thinking it was that freak scratching at the door.
Is this some kind of...
You know, I'm asking myself the same thing. I was supposed to set up your props for filming. And now I'm hiding from the monster.
Don't worry about the monster. We have locked it back up. Did you manage to contact anyone else from the team? The director or the host?
No, this whole mess started when the helicopter left. I grabbed my radio and it picked up a signal for a moment, but then it suddenly cut off. Well, I managed to find a hiding spot, and it turned out to be the fridge. I had to survive with a burner and a thermos of tea taken from your own props.
What about the rest of the team? How many of you were there in total?
6 in total. But the others weren't so lucky. That freak wrapped them in some cocoon and they immediately fell into a deep sleep. I've never seen anything like this before.
So that means we found everyone. Annette and Nick are safe, and we'll try to wake up the other 3. And you are?
I'm David, or just Dave. I'm happy to help, just tell me what to do.
Dave, take Nick and Annette and head to the rocket hall. There is no normal route, so you'll have to go through the vents. We'll handle the others.
I almost thought the rocket would actually launch. Even the hatch opened. I wonder what's inside the launch silo. The antidote doesn't work instantly, but they're slowly coming to.
I know you are weak and a bit out of it, but we need to get out of here. We have to meet the rest of the team in the rocket hall.
Is everyone here? Is everyone gathered?
Yeah, I recognize my crew. That's everyone who was in the bunker.
The toxin's effect hasn't worn off yet. They look too weak to reach the station on their own, and there's only one snowmobile anyway.
Then we need to contact the film crew so they can pick us all up. Only problem is, they don't even know where we are.
I have an idea. Let's give them a sign or signal about where we are. But we have to do it closer to the surface. Maybe through that hatch. This place wasn't easy to find. I'm sure it's a secret room. If we had contact with the host, he'd be congratulating us like always.
That's a flare. A firework in the snow will definitely be seen. I think we can use it to signal for help.
We've done everything we can. Now we just have to wait for help.
Do you hear that too? That sounds like a helicopter.
There it is! Hey! Over here!
Yes, we're saved!